Under board business, item 8.1, which does not require a motion to start. This is the board to discuss already approved temporary Little League field at Waiola Park. I will kick that off. Since the first phone call came into Dean, I have spent a lot of time focusing on this. I have spent a lot of time at Waiola Park. I've spoken with many of the people in this room, and this is a really difficult issue. And one of the reasons it's difficult for me is because the dichotomy of opinion is so incredibly strong, and in some cases it's extreme, in my opinion. We have some people who say, it's my park. And I've had people say this to me on the phone. It's my park. You need permission from me to put something in my park. I go out and I clean that park every day. How dare you put it in? I have heard that some residents have said that they will protest every Little League game for the rest of the year, that it's there in the park, or as long as it's there. At a meeting that I attended last Thursday in the park for 2 hours, I heard someone bring up taxes. And somebody said, how much money do you pay in taxes? As they asked a resident that surrounded Waiola Park, and this person responded, and then this person said, I pay twice as much as that. I have 2 votes, you have 1. And so this is a really, really sticky issue. At the moment, the board has already approved the temporary Little League field. And one thing that I personally feel bad about is not distributing or causing to be distributed some type of a notice in November in order to advise the residents. And I also heard Mr. Cushing take full responsibility for that, so I guess I can't take it. But regardless, I feel bad about it. In fact, I would like to figure out a way in a different board meeting that's a little bit shorter to figure out a way if we can amend our policies or our approach or something in order to be sure that we advise residents of maybe something that we call significant changes to the park, so that when a large yellow backhoe pulls into the middle of the park, there aren't surprises and questions, which I think are a big portion of where we're at today. And so I have received many of those phone calls, and I have received many emails, and all of them have been communicated to Dean or into this board packet, word for word, letter for letter. And that's really important to me because this board won't get summaries from residents when they turn things in to this board. And so what you wrote is what got printed, and what you told me is what I told Dean, and I know that Dean has spoken with a number of the other commissioners on this as well. I did personally volunteer to come to the village because I think that the 47th Street crossing, which is already in the village plan anyway, since 2009, is certainly worth supporting. And in my mind, as a steward of tax money first, and people, and making people safe, and you doing all of that, and sort of being a steward of that in an elected position, I think that they should figure out a way to help improve safety in general. And if their traffic consultant thinks that that's a good idea, I'll go lend my support to that. With regards to tonight's action, I think the board can do all kinds of things. So I won't surmise or suppose on what that might be, but I'll open it up to the rest of the board. And thank you for letting me open that comment.